Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. How is everybody doing? Now, I have a couple of videos to record, and I know the Valentine's Day sale bonanza is probably the one that you wanted me to record the most. Tell you which one of these amazing offers is gonna be the best. Also, I just noticed my wife is decorating the room with little hearts. That's gonna be nice. Anyways. Ascension is why we have gathered here today. As we can see, Kabam has finally quenched our thirst for knowledge and filled the chalice of cosmic class with the finest specimens this side of Mississippi. The fuck, man? Like, why? Is it like, who the Gore, really? You think giving him fucking 10% attack is gonna help fucking Gore? Brother. Gore. Fuck off. I can promise you, no reasonable, rational human being whose place is not in some sort of mental institution will never, ever open an Ascension crystal, pull Gore, and think, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send Gore. And if you do think you will do that, seek help. Right, so anyways, we knew Adam Warlock. Not my cup of tea type of champion, but fair enough. He has, his following and a fan base. And we knew Vision Arcus and him getting buffed. And I actually kind of like that. I have always kind of like silently rooted for him. I think he's fairly chill lad. Pun intended. I don't mind it. I hope he becomes like good enough. Nova, I actually kind of like. I think Nova's kind of cool. I think Nova has always been underrated. Nova, for a while, like Nova and Havoc were like putting in a ton of work for me. And then we have Cersei, and I'll be honest, I don't really like the choice of Cersei. I just don't think she's like, quite there. For and then there's Gore. The Gore is definitely that, like, what the fuck, man, type of choice. The Gore is here the sentry of last year's banquet pool. Like, you had a choice of Medusa, Black Panther, Civil War, Deadpool, X-Force, Purgatory, Sentinel, and Sentry. You know that, like, one choice that makes everybody else look better? Kind of like that ugly dog friend the hot chick has. That's Gore. He's purely there to make other four look better. Like a fucking bulldog fridge security guard for the other four champions. So you're gonna pull them and you're gonna get Nova and you're gonna be like, oh, thank fuck it wasn't Gore. Anyways, let us stumble to the Mystic class, shall we? I'll let it sink in for a second. What do we think of the Mystic class? I'm kind of okay with it. Comparatively speaking to what we have been getting in most other classes, I think as of right now, the skill and the Mystic class look the best. So let's break it down. Mojo we knew about, and it's fine. Mojo can be like fun champion, he's useful here and there, he has his fan following, he's obviously not at the top of the class, but he has his uses, fair enough. Then we knew about Sasquatch, and Sasquatch has fallen out of the game's rotation, extra attack and health. I don't think it's going to be good enough to make him relevant again. So there's that. But sure. Thought was kind of makes sense. Destroyer, I would hate this pick if not kind of like for a personal situation where I already have a rank 4 Sig 200 Destroyer because I got him natural Sig 180. and I just want him for prestige in the bunker to win. So, albeit I am firmly in the camp where I think Destroyer is almost a good champion that in reality becomes useful twice a year. I'm kind of okay with him being there. It's like it's not the worst choice I could have made. Man-Thing buff, I'm actually quite excited because Man-Thing historically has been like a very cool champion. One of the most fun champions for me personally to use. Like, if you have max MD, Man-Thing can be ridiculously huge amount of fun to use with like Mystic Nodes where he gets a ton of damage boost. Because obviously we all know Man-Thing's biggest issue is garbage damage. And, you know, defensively he's not as capable as he once was. Again, aside from like twice a year when we get the crit me with your best shot critical meta thingy. Other than that, you know, we don't really see him much. But with a buff, I hope he becomes reasonable. And then there's Kindred, which I genuinely think Kindred is probably the best champion that we have in the Ascension pool right now. If I had to rank all of the champions, because previously we were super happy seeing like Penny, like Black Panther Civil War. Realistically, I think Kindred is, if not the best, then the second best champion in the Ascension pool so far. Kindred is for sure relevant, present meta champion. We fight Kindred all the time in battlegrounds. We use him sometimes on attack here and there. We fight him all the time in war. He is a relevant champion. So, yeah, I'd make an argument that Kindred is the most present, most relevant champion out of all of the champions that we have seen in the Ascension pool. So with that kind of logic, and the fact that, you know, Mystic Lost didn't get their Patriot, which again is just the most retarded decision in skill class, or Gore, like Cosmic Loss, I think Mystic Lost basically doesn't have the ugly girlfriend bulldog fridge that's there just to make other four look better. I think more reasonable. I think Mystic Lost kind of escaped that. So that's neat. Still though, as a general commentary, I think Kabam is making a fairly sizable, huge mistake with the choice of the champion they're picking. They are, I think, overestimating the impact of Ascensions. And if I was them, I would focus on, you know, champions that you could objectively rank as like spot number 8 to 15 in their respective classes, somewhere along that line. Not, you know, Patriot or Gore. Here, you know, even Gladiator would make more sense. And I hate Gladiator. Or something. But we are where we are. And Kabam is who they are. Our special needs relative that we hate but we have to love. So, you know, good job, buddy. Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the next one. Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So